X100V versus Lumix GX9 with 17mm f1.8 from Olympus. I want to compare these compact cameras, Fujifilm Premium APS-C camera versus this Lumix GX9 old camera with this metal lens from Olympus. How they are sticking to each others and what are the results in real life photography. Let's talk about this now. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and I own Fujifilm X100V for over a year plus and Lumix GX9 for several years. And I've recently bought this 17mm f1.8 from Olympus. And it's an extraordinary lens, but what is important is the fact that with this lens on Lumix GX9, you'll get a 34mm equivalent field of view in full frame terms. So these lenses are very comparable regarding the field of view and also regarding the compactness, the look and so on. So I want to talk how these cameras are comparing to each other and if they can replace each others and what are my thoughts regarding these two cameras after years of using them and showing you real world street photography results. So let's talk about this, but before, please subscribe now to my channel and let's get to the subject. X100V versus Lumix GX9. So the first point that I want to address is regarding design and ergonomics for street photography, for everyday carry and so on. So let's talk first about the grip. The grip of the Lumix GX9, it is a little better, a little chunkier than the grip of Fujifilm X100V. So you can use GX9 with longer, bigger lenses. So it is a well-made grip. The grip it is better compared to Fujifilm X100V, and this is important because if you have a camera that can change lenses, you will probably want to change the lens from time to time. So the grip it is better than the grip of X100V, but it's not better than the grip of Olympus OMD EM10 Mark IV. Check my review regarding Olympus OM10 EM10 Mark IV here, link in the card. Both cameras have exposure compensation dials and both cameras have enough buttons for customization and for doing whatever you want with these two cameras. So regarding design and ergonomics, I feel that both are equally good. But I must address the fact that Lumix GX9 doesn't have such a good EVF. The EVF on Lumix GX9, it is a terrible EVF, we can say that. But if you will practice, you will get used to it. But the EVF of X100V, it is extraordinary good. Another point regarding the EVF, I must add, it is the fact that you can flip this EVF and it's not something that you use very often, but in a sunny day when you want to take a lower shot, this will really help you. It's not something that you use often, but it is here and it is a good thing. So regarding the EVF, you must note that yes, X100V it is above Lumix GX9. But regarding design, ergonomics, battery life and all other stuff that are important for a camera, I must tell you that they are feeling equally in real world life, in real world use. So now let's talk about build quality. Well, X100V on paper, it is winning the game. It is weather sealed, the materials are premium and all it is very well built. But even so, GX9 it is also very well built. This is a 5 years or 4 years old camera. I don't know at this moment for how many years I've owned it. But I must tell you that this camera was really used and abused, and as you can see it's looking like brand new. And I really take it with me for everyday shooting in the city, on travels, with my kids. So it was a really abused camera and as you can see it is staying very well. I really have no problems with this camera at all. Just after I've passed this camera to my wife and this camera stood more on the shelf for videography, this will got some dust and it made me some skipping problems. But after using more this wheel, I've got it to work and all is fine and good. Also, we must address the fact that this lens from Olympus, it is a metal build lens with a real manual focusing clutch. So this is huge for street photography. I know users wanted for a long time a real manual focusing clutch on X100V, and we don't have this manual focusing clutch on X100V. But here we have a real clutch and we can zone focus this lens on a Micro Four Thirds, where we will get a better depth of field regarding street photography. So, as I've told you, regarding build quality, I must call them equally good. And now let's talk about an important aspect, image quality. Well, image quality, if you are asking me, it is the same in 95% of the situations. You really get very good image quality with Lumix GX9 in good light, but also in low light with this f1.8 lens, and also because of the IBIS. With the IBIS you can shoot with this camera by flipping it and moving it without paying too much attention with 1/60 regarding the shutter speed. So this is huge because you'll get a very low ISO and also you'll get sharp pictures. But with this APS-C sensor, 26 megapixel APS-C sensor with no IBIS, you must bump up the shutter speed. So with this camera, to be sure I will get the shot sharp and I will not have movement from my hand or from the subject, I must bump up the shutter speed to at least 1/50. So you'll have a higher ISO that will, yes, it will ruin the image at the pixel level. But of course in real world viewing of the pictures you will not feel that ISO. But what I can tell you, regarding image quality, you win some, you lose some. It really depends on what you are doing. For family photography, I feel I prefer more X100V, as I've said in this video. Why? X100V is the perfect everyday camera for street and family photography. Check this video. But regarding street photography, if you don't plan to do family photography, if you plan to do documentary photography and you really need an interchangeable lens camera, then yes, I must tell you that GX9, it is staying very well regarding image quality, and it's very important for a Micro Four Thirds sensor to have a good lens. And this 17mm f1.8 lens, it is a very good lens. Please be sure to check my video regarding good lenses for street photography for a Micro Four Thirds system, link in the card here. So at the end, as you can see on the pictures that I'm showing on this video, I must address that the fact, yes, image quality regarding an Micro Four Thirds sensor with this lens and compared with this lens at a normal viewing distance and on a big screen, the image quality is the same from my point of view. But yes, in some low light situations and for family photography and for some more bokeh-licious shots, yes, you'll have here a little advantage. But the advantage, I must tell you again, it is small. It is small. It's not something that will wow you, like if you are using a full frame camera. So regarding image quality, from my point of view, in real world use and after 1 year and 4 years or so, I must tell you that yes, in the end, I feel they are equally good. So now let's talk about the versatility of these two cameras. How versatile is X100V and how versatile it's GX9. X100V, it is very versatile. How I've said, it's having this amazing EVF and optical viewfinder. It's having the sports finder mode that I really love. Check here why I love the sports finder mode of X100V. Also, it's having this beautiful tilting screen. It is very small, very compact, leaf shutter and the filter, weather sealed, but not fully, unfortunately. and all it's working very well. The lens, it is very sharp and very good. It's having more megapixel on the sensor, and this is huge because you can use this lens in a 50mm scope and also in a 40mm scope. When you are using this lens in a 40mm scope with pose finder mode, I feel that you'll get an equivalent crop like a Micro Four Thirds camera. So regarding versatility, this is a very important camera, but the main advantages I feel are the lift shutter and the ND filter and also the weather sealed, but again you must add that filter to be fully weather sealed. Now let's talk about the advantages of GX9. What I like about GX9, it is also this flash. This flash can be adjusted with your thumb to point upward. So this is huge. This is huge. Also, you have with this lens, this manual focusing clutch. This lens, it is metal built and it is very sharp. You have this EVF, even if it is a terrible EVF, you will get used to it. That will help you in bright sunny days to look like this with it, and it's really something. It's really something when you will need it. Really useful. Also, the main advantage it is that you have IBIS and you have the extraordinary advantage to use small prime lenses and small zoom lenses on this Micro Four Thirds camera. And this is huge because if you use a better lens than this lens or this lens, like 20mm f1.8 from Olympus, check my review about that lens, you'll get amazing image quality. You'll get amazing image quality because you have the chance to put, how I've said, a better lens and also a smaller lens. On Fujifilm, we don't have such small good prime lenses and such small good zoom lenses. Yes, we have good prime lenses and good zoom lenses, but they aren't so small as a Micro Four Thirds camera. And the images that you get are very good in a very small package. So regarding this chapter, I don't know, it really depends on you. I feel this is a more versatile camera, but also for an everyday carry, for a family, for a street camera, also this is very good. It really depends on your photography needs in the end. So this is why at this chapter I call them again equally good. Now let's talk about the AF. Well, the AF, it is very good on Lumix GX9. It is better than X100V with this lens. But also, yes, it depends on the lens that you put on Lumix GX9. But with this lens, it is better and faster than X100V. And the next point that I think it's very important is regarding how portable are these two cameras. Well, X100V, it is, yes, more portable than Lumix GX9 with this lens. It is lighter, but again, it really depends on what you are shooting. For street photography, I prefer a camera that is not so light. Heavier camera will stay better in your hand and will help you not to get your shot moved. Also will help you in videography. So yes, it is lighter and it is more compact. It is a better carry than this GX9, but also GX9 is not far behind. Is not far behind at all. The main advantage of X100V, it's again, it is a more compact camera. You can take it and put it in your pocket. This camera, I really need a bag for it. But also we are talking here about winter jackets and big jackets. So regarding portability, X100V, it's winning, but the differences are very small in real world use, because for X100V I'm using a bag also. The next point that I want to address is common points. What these cameras have in common? Well, they both have a flash, they both have extraordinary lenses. This 17mm f1.8, it's an extraordinary lens. I really can't believe it, but it is, and I will publish a video regarding this lens, so please be sure to subscribe to check that video when I will publish it. Both of the cameras are having enough buttons and enough customization on the JPEG files, on the RAW files, on the white balance settings, and so on. So you have enough customization with both of these cameras. This is huge because Lumix GX9, it is a very customizable camera. It's not having the software crippled like Olympus M10 Mark IV. So it's very important. And both cameras have a special feeling. Both cameras are giving you the mojo. Both cameras are having something special. In conclusion, what to choose between these two cameras? Well, it really depends on you. If you are on a budget, I feel Lumix GX9 it is a better choice. You'll get this camera very cheap, and this lens also very cheap. So for 1/3 of X100V or maybe better, I really don't know the prices, international prices, I must tell you that yes, you'll get X100V equivalent in Micro Four Thirds with Lumix GX9 and 17mm f1.8. So regarding the prices, if you are on a budget, I feel that Lumix GX9 it will be a better choice. Also, you'll have the option to add small zooms and extraordinary compact prime lenses like 20mm f1.4, and you can add the 12-45 f4 Pro zoom from Olympus, and you'll have a very compact camera system. But also you can add the Lumix zoom kit, and you'll have an amazing compact system. This is the compact zoom kit from GX9. It is 12-32. It's not a very sharp zoom, but it's doing the job. And I must address an important key point right now. The important key point is the fact that Lumix GX9 with this zoom it is very compact. It's as compact as X100V. So they are really having the same compactness. So this is huge. This means you have an X100V with a zoom in your bag. It is huge. It is huge because this zoom it's having optical image stabilization, and you can do lots of stuff with this zoom. And if you edit your files, you'll get amazing pictures from your RAW files. So this is huge again. Another important fact that I forgot to address, it is the fact that the Lumix GX9 touch to shoot screen it's working amazingly good. So for street photography, you can use this screen to touch and shoot, and it's working very good. Not as good as Olympus M10 Mark IV, but very good. This screen it's working, but it's not usable on the streets. It's not usable on the streets. It's just there to be there. But this, you'll get the shot. You will not miss the shot. So overall, this is more portable, more practical. But if you want something just for you, just for your soul, just for family photography, just for Fujifilm modules, just for Fujifilm colors, and a weather seal package, then yes, X100V is the choice. So from my point of view, these cameras aren't competing with each other. They both have good points and bad points and can't replace each other. They are amazing cameras, and either way, if you choose X100V or Lumix GX9, you will not choose wrong. X100V is very good, and GX9 it's also very good. It really depends on your needs at the end. But if you want to know if you can get from a Micro Four Thirds system equivalent image quality, I must tell you that yes, you will get it if you know what you are doing. And I will talk about how to get that image quality in another video, but this is a good starting lens to get that image quality. This lens, it is very good. So this is it regarding GX9 versus X100V. Tell me your thoughts, leave me a comment, and please subscribe now to my channel to see the future videos where I will compare X100V versus Sony a7R3. Talk to you soon, thank you and bye bye.